Leviticus 25. Then the Lord said to Moses on Mount Sinai, "Speak to the Israelites, and say to them, When you enter the land that I am giving you, the land itself must observe a Sabbath to the Lord. For 6 years you may sow your field and prune your vineyard and gather its crops. But in the 7th year there shall be a Sabbath of complete rest for the land, a Sabbath to the Lord. You are not to sow your field or prune your vineyard. You are not to reap the aftergrowth of your harvest, or gather the grapes of your untended vines. The land must have a year of complete rest. Whatever the land yields during the Sabbath year shall be food for you, for yourself, your manservant and maidservant, the hired hand or foreigner who stays with you, and for your livestock and the wild animals in your land. All its growth may serve as food. And you shall count off 7 Sabbaths of years, 7 times 7 years, so that the 7 Sabbaths of years amount to 49 years. Then you are to sound the horn far and wide on the 10th day of the 7th month, the Day of Atonement. You shall sound it throughout your land. So you are to consecrate the 50th year, and proclaim liberty in the land for all its inhabitants. It shall be your Jubilee, when each of you is to return to his property and to his clan. The 50th year will be a Jubilee for you. You are not to sow the land or reap its aftergrowth or harvest the untended vines. For it is a Jubilee. It shall be holy to you. You may eat only the crops taken directly from the field. In this year of Jubilee, each of you shall return to his own property. If you make a sale to your neighbor or a purchase from him, you must not take advantage of each other. You are to buy from your neighbor according to the number of years since the last Jubilee. He is to sell to you according to the number of harvest years remaining. You shall increase the price in proportion to a greater number of years, or decrease it in proportion to a lesser number of years. For he is selling you a given number of harvests. Do not take advantage of each other, but fear your God, for I am the Lord your God. You are to keep my statutes and carefully observe my judgments, so that you may dwell securely in the land. Then the land will yield its fruit, so that you can eat your fill and dwell in safety in the land. Now you may wonder, what will we eat in the 7th year if we do not sow or gather our produce? But I will send my blessing upon you in the 6th year, so that the land will yield a crop sufficient for 3 years. While you are sowing in the 8th year, you will be eating from the previous harvest, until the 9th year's harvest comes in. The land must not be sold permanently, because it is mine, and you are but foreigners and residents with me. Thus, for every piece of property you possess, you must provide for the redemption of the land. If your brother becomes impoverished and sells some of his property, his nearest of kin may come and redeem what his brother has sold. Or if a man has no one to redeem it for him, but he prospers and acquires enough to redeem his land, he shall calculate the years since its sale, repay the balance to the man to whom he sold it, and return to his property. But if he cannot obtain enough to repay him, what he sold will remain in possession of the buyer until the year of Jubilee. In the Jubilee, however, it is to be released, so that he may return to his property. If a man sells a house in a walled city, he retains his right of redemption until a full year after its sale. During that year, it may be redeemed. If it is not redeemed by the end of a full year, then the house in the walled city is permanently transferred to its buyer and his descendants. It is not to be released in the Jubilee. But houses in villages with no walls around them are to be considered as open fields. They may be redeemed, and they shall be released in the Jubilee. As for the cities of the Levites always have the right to redeem their houses in the cities they possess. So whatever belongs to the Levites may be redeemed, a house sold in a city they possess, and must be released in the Jubilee, because the houses in the cities of the Levites are their possession among the Israelites. But the open pasture land around their cities may not be sold, for this is their permanent possession. Now if your countryman becomes destitute and cannot support himself among you, then you are to help him as you would a foreigner or stranger, so that he can continue to live among you. Do not take any interest or profit from him, but fear your God, that your countryman may live among you. You must not lend him your silver at interest, or sell him your food for profit. I am the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to give you the land of Canaan, and to be your God. If a countryman among you becomes destitute and sells himself to you, then you must not force him into slave labor. Let him stay with you as a hired worker or temporary resident. He is to work for you until the year of Jubilee. Then he and his children are to be released, and he may return to his clan and to the property of his fathers. Because the Israelites are my servants, whom I brought out of the land of Egypt, they are not to be sold as slaves. You are not to rule over them harshly, but you shall fear your God. Your menservants and maidservants shall come from the nations around you, from whom you may purchase them. You may also purchase them from the foreigners residing among you, or their clans living among you who are born in your land. These may become your property. You may leave them to your sons after you to inherit as property. You can make them slaves for life. But as for your brothers, the Israelites, no man may rule harshly over his brother. If a foreigner residing among you prospers, but your countryman dwelling near him becomes destitute and sells himself to the foreigner or to a member of his clan, he retains the right of redemption after he has sold himself. One of his brothers may redeem him, either his uncle or cousin or any close relative from his clan may redeem him, or if he prospers, he may redeem himself. He and his purchaser will then count the time from the year he sold himself up to the year of Jubilee. The price of his sale will be determined by the number of years based on the daily wages of a hired hand. If many years remain, he must pay for his redemption in proportion to his purchase price. If only a few years remain until the year of Jubilee, he is to calculate and pay his redemption according to his remaining years. He shall be treated like a man hired from year to year, but a foreign owner must not rule over him harshly in your sight. Even if he is not redeemed in any of these ways, he and his children shall be released in the year of Jubilee. For the Israelites are my servants. They are my servants, whom I brought out of the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your God. Leviticus 26. You must not make idols for yourselves, or set up a carved image or sacred pillar. You must not place a sculpted stone in your land to bow down to it, for I am the Lord your God. You must keep my Sabbaths and have reverence for my sanctuary. I am the Lord. If you follow my statutes and carefully keep my commandments, I will give you rains in their season, and the land will yield its produce, and the trees of the field will bear their fruit. Your threshing will continue until the grape harvest, and the grape harvest will continue until sowing time. You will have your fill of food to eat, and will dwell securely in your land. And I will give peace to the land, and you will lie down with nothing to fear. I will rid the land of dangerous animals, and no sword will pass through your land. You will pursue your enemies, and they will fall by the sword before you. 5 of you will pursue 100, and 100 of you will pursue 10,000, and your enemies will fall by the sword before you. I will turn toward you, and make you fruitful and multiply you, and I will establish my covenant with you. You will still be eating the old supply of grain when you need to clear it out to make room for the new. And I will make my dwelling place among you, and my soul will not despise you. I will walk among you and be your God, and you will be my people. I am the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt so that you would no longer be slaves to the Egyptians. I broke the bars of your yoke and enabled you to walk in uprightness. If, however, you fail to obey me and to carry out all these commandments, and if you reject my statutes, despise my ordinances, and neglect to carry out all my commandments, and so break my covenant, then this is what I will do to you. I will bring upon you sudden terror, wasting disease, and fever that will destroy your sight and drain your life. You will sow your seed in vain, because your enemies will eat it. And I will set my face against you, so that you will be defeated by your enemies. Those who hate you will rule over you, and you will flee when no one pursues you. And if after all this you will not obey me, I will proceed to punish you sevenfold for your sins. I will break down your stubborn pride, and make your sky like iron and your land like bronze, and your strength will be spent in vain. For your land will not yield its produce, and the trees of the land will not bear their fruit. If you walk in hostility toward me and refuse to obey me, I will multiply your plagues 7 times according to your sins. I will send wild animals against you to rob you of your children, destroy your livestock, and reduce your numbers until your roads lie desolate. And if, in spite of these things, you do not accept my discipline, but continue to walk in hostility toward me, then I will act with hostility toward you, and I will strike you sevenfold for your sins. And I will bring a sword against you to execute the vengeance of the covenant. Though you withdraw into your cities, I will send a plague among you, and you will be delivered into the hand of the enemy. When I cut off your supply of bread, 10 women will bake your bread in a single oven, and dole out your bread by weight, so that you will eat, but not be satisfied. But if in spite of all this you do not obey me, but continue to walk in hostility toward me, then I will walk in fury against you, and I, even I, will punish you sevenfold for your sins. You will eat the flesh of your own sons and daughters. I will destroy your high places, cut down your incense altars, and heap your lifeless bodies on the lifeless remains of your idols, and my soul will despise you. I will reduce your cities to rubble, and lay waste your sanctuaries, and I will refuse to smell the pleasing aroma of your sacrifices. And I will lay waste the land, so that your enemies who dwell in it will be appalled. But I will scatter you among the nations, and will draw out a sword after you as your land becomes desolate, and your cities are laid waste. Then the land shall enjoy its Sabbaths all the days it lies desolate, while you are in the land of your enemies. At that time the land will rest and enjoy its Sabbaths. As long as it lies desolate, the land will have the rest it did not receive during the Sabbaths when you lived in it. As for those of you who survive, I will send a faintness into their hearts in the lands of their enemies, so that even the sound of a wind-blown leaf will put them to flight. And they will flee as one flees the sword, and fall when no one pursues them. They will stumble over one another as before the sword, though no one is behind them. So you will not be able to stand against your enemies. You will perish among the nations, and the land of your enemies will consume you. Those of you who survive in the lands of your enemies will waste away in their iniquity, and will decay in the sins of their fathers. But if they will confess their iniquity and that of their fathers in the unfaithfulness that they practiced against me, by which they have also walked in hostility toward me, and I acted with hostility toward them, and brought them into the land of their enemies, and if their uncircumcised hearts will be humbled, and they will make amends for their iniquity, then I will remember my covenant with Jacob, and my covenant with Isaac, and my covenant with Abraham, and I will remember the land. For the land will be abandoned by them, and it will enjoy its Sabbaths by lying desolate without them, and they will pay the penalty for their iniquity, because they rejected my ordinances and abhorred my statutes. Yet in spite of this, when they are in the land of their enemies, I will not reject or despise them so as to destroy them and break my covenant with them. For I am the Lord their God. But for their sake I will remember the covenant with their fathers, whom I brought out of the land of Egypt in the sight of the nations, that I might be their God. I am the Lord. These are the statutes, ordinances, and laws that the Lord established between himself and the Israelites through Moses on Mount Sinai. Leviticus 27. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Speak to the Israelites, and say to them, when someone makes a special vow to the Lord involving the value of persons, if the valuation concerns a male from 20 to 60 years of age, then your valuation shall be 50 shekels of silver according to the sanctuary shekel. Or if it is a female, then your valuation shall be 30 shekels. And if the person is from 5 to 20 years of age, then your valuation for the male shall be 20 shekels, and for the female 10 shekels. Now if the person is from 1 month to 5 years of age, then your valuation for the male shall be 5 shekels of silver, and for the female 3 shekels of silver. And if the person is 60 years of age or older, then your valuation shall be 15 shekels for the male and 10 shekels for the female. But if the one making the vow is too poor to pay the valuation, he is to present the person before the priest, who shall set the value according to what the one making the vow can afford. If he vows an animal that may be brought as an offering to the Lord, any such animal given to the Lord shall be holy. He must not replace it or exchange it, either good for bad or bad for good. But if he does substitute one animal for another, both that animal and its substitute will be holy. But if the vow involves any of the unclean animals that may not be brought as an offering to the Lord, the animal must be presented before the priest. The priest shall set its value, whether high or low. As the priest values it, the price will be set. If, however, the owner decides to redeem the animal, he must add 1/5 to its value. Now if a man consecrates his house as holy to the Lord, then the priest shall value it either as good or bad. The price will stand just as the priest values it. But if he who consecrated his house redeems it, he must add 1/5 to the assessed value, and it will belong to him. If a man consecrates to the Lord a parcel of his land, then your valuation shall be proportional to the seed required for it, 50 shekels of silver for every homer of barley seed. If he consecrates his field during the year of Jubilee, the price will stand according to your valuation. But if he consecrates his field after the Jubilee, the priest is to calculate the price in proportion to the years left until the next year of Jubilee, so that your valuation will be reduced. And if the one who consecrated the field decides to redeem it, he must add 1/5 to the assessed value, and it shall belong to him. If, however, he does not redeem the field, or if he has sold it to another man, it may no longer be redeemed. When the field is released in the Jubilee, it will become holy, like a field devoted to the Lord. It becomes the property of the priests. Now if a man consecrates to the Lord a field he has purchased, which is not a part of his own property, then the priest shall calculate for him the value up to the year of Jubilee, and the man shall pay the assessed value on that day as a sacred offering to the Lord. In the year of Jubilee, the field shall return to the one from whom it was bought, the original owner of the land. Every valuation will be according to the sanctuary shekel, 20 gerahs to the shekel. But no one may consecrate a firstborn of the livestock, because a firstborn belongs to the Lord. Whether it is an ox or a sheep, it is the Lord's. But if it is among the unclean animals, then he may redeem it according to your valuation, and add 1/5 of its value. If it is not redeemed, then it shall be sold according to your valuation. Nothing that a man sets apart to the Lord from all he owns, whether a man, an animal, or his inherited land, can be sold or redeemed. Everything so devoted is most holy to the Lord. No person set apart for destruction may be ransomed. He must surely be put to death. Thus any tithe from the land, whether from the seed of the land or the fruit of the trees, belongs to the Lord. It is holy to the Lord. If a man wishes to redeem part of his tithe, he must add a fifth to its value. Every 10th animal from the herd or flock that passes under the shepherd's rod will be holy to the Lord. He must not inspect whether it is good or bad, and he shall not make any substitution. But if he does make a substitution, both the animal and its substitute shall become holy. They cannot be redeemed. These are the commandments that the Lord gave to Moses for the Israelites on Mount Sinai.